3 days out from the Chapter 3 Season 2 FNCS kickoff, and former kings will fall, new kings will rise, and I've got my eyes on all three of the main regions' top-tier players that are about to strike gold this coming FNCS, whether it be former teams that have done not the greatest in the past few FNCSs, but also new names and new up-and-comers that I almost guarantee will strike the spotlight this coming FNCS. Without further ado, let's jump right into EU. Now, in all honesty, you really can't start this list without some of the greatest up-and-comers, especially recently, and you've probably already seen their names at the top of the EU, NA East, or even sometimes the NA West leaderboards, and that's going to be Malabuka and Mustache. After a 15th place in last season's FNCS finals, I can almost guarantee their grind through the past season, through the cash cups, and being able to consistently not only place on their own region, but also on high ping, and also on those other deficits of play and of character, has just been almost too much not to pick them as some of the best players that I can almost guarantee will be at those top 10s, 5s, and maybe at the chance of winning an FNCS in the future, especially this coming FNCS. And now next up on this list, metaphorically also next up, I have Resetro and Addy, another up-and-coming duo that has been on par this season, and they have actually done such a fabulous job of being able to really recapture a very good dynamic as a duo, especially in this season. Now, Resetro, I know, has been a player sort of on the up-and-coming, a player for Luminox Planet, and honestly has done a fabulous job just climbing the ranks, being able to set down on the grind, and no matter how many whoever and whatever he may be doing with, he's honestly done a really good job climbing those leaderboards, even as a solo as well. And I truly believe this season with Addy, he's going to do a insane, incredible job being able to skyrocket those leaderboards and possibly hit up one of those top 5, top 10s, or maybe a top 25 will still do justice for Resetro, especially as his climb continues to rain on. And as we swap the terrain over to NA East, I have to start off the list with my boys, Shadow and OMG Me Too. These two have been absolutely dominating in the cash cups and honestly have been popping up out of what seems to be nowhere, but it is a ultimate grind that has set them up to be where they are today. And even after last season's 12th place in the FNCS finals, I can almost guarantee seeing this team in the top 5 coming this FNCS and maybe heading into the finals as well. Because of their pure just grind and mentality, this team is one to always look out for whenever you see them in the elimination feed. Secondly, on NA East, I have Bucky and Cam, a team that didn't do as expected in last season's FNCS in the finals, but the qualifiers is really where they shine, the more open kind of format. And honestly, this team is truly improving at their finals gameplay, though some of the cash cups may not show it, just because they're not quite as full-on FNCS finals ready, which I believe Cam and Bucky really are. They're putting in the time, and honestly, Cam has done such a good job in improving his solo craft that I believe that is going to continue to transfer on into duos, and especially even being coached by Destiny's Jesus, I think he's going to transfer on more of that energy even more into this coming duos FNCS season. Now, thirdly on my NA East list, I have Fatch and Pam Stow. After a 20th place finish in last FNCS, I truly believe they are going to make a bounce back, heading back into the top 5 of the FNCS leaderboards. And honestly, with the up-and-coming of Pam Stout and then the veteranship of Fatch has honestly been a terrific duo that has worked throughout the entirety of practically this chapter and a little bit farther back into Chapter 2. And I truly, truly do believe that this season and hopefully the next few will be the run of Fatch and Pam Stout. And now this duo of Playify and TK, a bit of a newer one. This duo actually just forming, but their first duo event together was a 240-point run for first place in the NA West Cash Cup Finals. And even a week later, though not qualifying to the NA East Cash Cup Finals, they did qualify to the NA West Cash Cup Finals. Though those results are still to be determined, this duo is honestly looking fabulous. Their fragging ability in the endgame to be able to collab together and PlayFi's IGL skills continuing to develop is honestly a recipe for success. Though maybe not be even a top 20, a top 30 for this coming FNCS, I can almost guarantee this team will do great things if they do continue to stick together and work as a duo, which for many of these pro players, that is the key to success. If they continue to stick together, they will succeed. It's only just a matter of time. And of course, we can't forget the best of the West, or I guess you could say the up-and-coming best of the West. And for a little bit of an honorable mention, I have Batman Booga and Wheels to start off this list, which placing 11th place in last season's FNCS. And I've seen a couple of tweets, a couple of rumors and stuff like that of them looking for options heading into this FNCS and a possible injury of a player. Not exactly too sure. I hope all is well with both of these two players because they are such a powerful duo together. You have one of an experienced player in Wheels and then a young fragger in Batman Booga, hence the name as well. And honestly, this duo collabs together pretty much perfectly, and I have seen such good gameplay from this duo already, and even placing 11th last season, I can already see a very good placement, especially if they don't play together this season. Maybe next season, it's a time for a top 5 for Batman Booga and Wheels. Now, second on this list, I have second place from last FNCS's fully placement, and that is going to be Pars and Raze, an up-and-coming duo that has honestly jumped onto the scene very, very quickly in the duos game mode. Now, at a ultimate pickup grind, it took them from trios to solos, building their own strength together, even down to a solo presence, and it honestly has filtered up to a great duo. Their fragging ability and honestly their leadership and chemistry as a duo, as far as endgame especially, has worked and shined brightly. And I truly believe and see a wall smashing down of Favs and Snacky on the FNCS and on the NA West region. Pars and Raze, they're next up. Now, obviously, with this list, we cannot count out the new respected grind from Re and Rex. They are back on it, and even not qualifying from last FNCS's finals, they are here. They're back. They're ready to grind, and honestly, we are truly seeing it through the Cash Cup so far this season. In the finals, they are showing up. Re and Rex are doing what Re and Rex do. From trios in Chapter 2, honestly, it is repeating again. And I truly do see a top 5, a top 3 come out from this duo and truly outstand the world and show them who Re and Rex really are. Last season was just a fluke. It was just a dip in the water, a dip in the pool, and now Re and Rex, they're back. Finally, on this NA West list, I have Beast and Toddy, who finished 8th place in last season's FNCS finals. And one thing that really sticks out to this duo in me is their consistency, ability to stronghold their placement and may not be complete, utter highs, first places, victory royales, 7 eliminations, whatever it may be, but they're getting consistent, say maybe 8th places, 5th places, 10th places, 5 elims, 3 elims. Their consistency, whether it be Cash Cups, FNCS qualifiers, or even just a random skin cup, they are such a consistent duo and play together so well. And even after an 8th place last FNCS's, it's kind of a similar story to Pars and Raze. This duo honestly has a very good mentality when it comes down to placing in those moments. And that is truly why they are on my list here. They're ready to dominate and they're ready to take over the crown of the West.